Hello, Drafting 1391. My name is Michael L. Young. I am the director of the CTE programs, all 6 of them at the Cypress Center. In this drafting program, both mechanical and architectural are 1 or 2 of the 6 that I am over. I am a retired engineer. I am a retired police officer. I have done engineering projects all over the planet. I had my own forensic engineering company for many years, my own commercial photography studio that I also ran and owned and operated for many years. I am a competition rifle builder and shooter. I compete in both varmint for score bench rest and 1,000-yard prone F class. I have taught many courses, drafting, structural engineering, machining, and field service courses throughout these programs over the years. I am not a AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Revit, Fusion expert. We will get more to that later. I am an engineer. All right. This is my name, Michael L. Young. This video is the introduction to the syllabus, which I will have expected you to have watched before we meet for our first mandatory meeting this coming Wednesday. I do believe that will be the 15th. Let me check the calendar. Yes, it's the first face-to-face meeting of this hybrid course on the 15th at 1800 hours. I'm also a former Marine. All right, now, with that being said, let's get on with the syllabus. This is my name, Michael L. Young. This is my office phone number. If you need to meet with me face-to-face, we will do that in class, CY 129, every Wednesday for 8 weeks, 8 meetings, from 1800 to 2200 hours. That's 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. for you civilians. All right. This is my email address. All right, the course title is Drafting 1391, Special Topics in Drafting and Design Technology. Now, we just finished the spring curriculum team meeting, which I am on since we do not have a full-time drafting faculty member. As the director, I am it for Sci-Fair. And we will discuss more about the nuances of drafting 1391 and 1392 as we progress through the semester. All right, this is spring 2025, 8-week 1. You already know that, or you wouldn't have registered for the class. This is called Special Topics. All right. And Special Topics, according to the state of Texas and WECM, is to address currently needed items through industry, through our industry partner work advisory council, which we meet with them twice a year. Everything required in this course is because your future employer wants you to be exposed to it. All right. You get 3 credit hours, semester credit hours. This is a 96 contact hour course. That means there are theoretically 32 contact hours online and 64 contact hours face-to-face. Now, if you work the math out, you're going to see there's some anomalies in here. Well, this online hybrid section is where you're going to do a lot of your work on your own. You will mandatorily be required to come to class on those Wednesdays. If you do not, you will lose points, and if you miss 2 of those courses, I will drop you from this course. All right, let's move on. Prerequisites: department approval. Therefore, there are really none. You have to been approved. However, pay attention to this, however, is expected to be proficient in the following, as you will not be taught the skills and or the SLOs found in these courses. For you mechanical design students, it's expected that you have completed and mastered the skill sets in the following courses, as they will not be retaught in this course. That's drafting 1305, 1309, basic computer-aided drafting, machine drafting, intermediate computer-aided drafting, solid modeling, and materials and manufacture and process. This is what you are expected to know how to do your special topics project. I am the engineer, you are my designer. I will treat you as one of my drafting designers, and I will play the role of the engineer or the architect. We have 2 architectural students in this course. All right. I have hired and fired architects, architectural designers, and mechanical designers many times throughout my lengthy engineering career. All right. So, I have run all your transcripts. I know what courses you have taken prior to this one. So there is a level of expectation that I expect you to meet. And we will progress through this as the 8 meetings. 8, that's all we got. You have 8 weeks. Actually, you have 7 weeks and 2 days, I think, by the calendar, but we will meet 8 times. All right. For the architectural design program, this is your capstone. It's expected you will have completed and mastered the skill sets in all the required architectural design courses up to the 5th semester as per your catalog, as this is your capstone course. All right. This will be a project-based course. You will do some kind of project. Mechanical will do mechanical, and architectural will do architectural. And we will talk more about that, either in this video or our first meeting date on Wednesday. If you do not come up with a project by the end of the first week, I will assign you one. I suggest you come up with one. All right. Additional course materials is Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The book is on D2L in a PDF format. There will be 2 videos on this, and we will talk more about the requirements of doing 7 2-page reflective papers on Covey. No, this is not an English course. No, you will not be graded as if this is an English paper. This is a reflection paper. How the elements of these habits affect you. How you're going to use them. What does it mean to you personally? Before you run off and do AI and Chat GPT and have, or whatever Captain Billy Whizbang AI program, there's a video that I made on using AI to do your Covey paper. We'll go over that later. All right. You will be expected to utilize computer technology. Well, no, duh, right? Okay. While enrolled in classes, certificate and or degree programs. There were no computers in my day of early engineering. Well, there were, but they took up a whole freaking floor of the upper library at A&M. You had a shoebox full of punch cards, and God help you if you got them out of order. Your iPhone or Android phones got more computing capability than that thing had back in my day. We didn't have CAD. My engineering company didn't get a CAD system until when was it? Our first Intergraph CAD thing. It was basically an Etch-a-Sketch hooked to a battery. In, let's see, probably 81, 82. And then we got the first computer from IBM. And then AutoCAD came out. AutoCAD version 1. Basically, it was an Etch-a-Sketch. And then it progressed from there. So hilarious. All right, everything was done with giant boards. Okay, all right. All right, if you have a problem in this course, you need to contact the Director of Advanced Technology first. That would be this guy right here, Michael L. Young. Oh yeah, that's me. To work out your problem. If you can't work out your problem with this guy, then you'll go to Dean Bridget Sellers. If you go to her first, she's going to kick you back to me. You get with me if you have a problem, and we will work it out. I have never had a student in any of my classes, and I've been teaching at Lone Star since 2012, that we couldn't work something out. I've had some students that had some major issues in their life. The sky fell in on them. And I worked with them. We got them through the course, the particular course they were taking. You get with me first. All right. Catalog description, special topics in drafting and design technology. The topics addressed, this is right out of WECM, the Workforce Education Curriculum Manual. Topics addressed recently identified current events, skills, knowledge, and their attitudes and behaviors. Attitudes and behaviors. Attitudes and behavior pertinent to the technology or occupation and relevant to the professional development of the student. That's COVEY. That's why you're doing COVEY. To learn to deal with other human beings, whether you like them or not. This course was designed to be repeated multiple times to improve student proficiency. Now, more specifically, the student learning outcomes for this course are the following. The specific student learning outcomes. Recognize user interface basics by displaying model elements, general utilities, and basic equipment modeling. Demonstrate appropriate usage of basic skills required to build equipment and structural models. This pertains to both mechanical and architectural. If it's an equipment model for mechanical, it's an architectural structural model for an architect. No, you're not going to be a structural engineer, you architects. The structure that houses, the environment that houses the humanoid, or whatever you as the architect are designing to house the structure, is the equipment model. Okay? Develop detailed drawings using three-dimensional models. Now, I don't care if you architects use Revit or not. I think Revit's pretty cool. Don't expect me to teach you Revit. You should have already had that. Or you can just use the regular pre-Revit. Well, Revit's been around for a gazillion years. AutoCAD's had that as a part of their menu for many, 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 many years. And you're going to understand the 7 habits of Covey with 7 reflective papers. You don't get all freaked out over these papers. All right. I guarantee you a lot of companies are going to make you go through something like Covey when you get hired. All right. Instruction guidelines and procedures. This is an 8-week, it's actually 7 weeks and 2 days hybrid course. It is critical that you read what is posted in the syllabus and D2L and in your email and follow the directions of the instructor, as there will be no time for falling behind or catching up. If you cannot do this, drop the course. Email me with your desire to drop and I will drop you. Now, we meet face to face once a week. So don't come in there on a Wednesday and say, I want to drop the course. You email me. I need your email request if you want to drop. And I will drop you during the business day so you don't have to come back up here during the day. However, before you drop this course, you get with me first. You may not you may not be doing as bad as you think you are. Again, if life gives you something nasty to eat, I want to know about it as soon as it's been delivered to you, and we will work something out. We will do the absolute very best to work something out. I've had students that had to go in the hospital for 2 and 3 weeks in previous courses. I sent that student, FERPA form, he signed it, his mother brought it back to me, and I gave her assignments via the internet so her student, who was still in the hospital, could work on what he could work on. And then when he came back out of the hospital, he picked up what was left. He ended up making an A in the class. That particular student's making 6 figures as a elevator repairman, or repair person, to be HR sensitive. All right, attendance. The theoretical lab meeting days are Wednesday, and they are mandatory. Students are allowed 2 excused absences during the semester. Students are subject to being dropped from the course after 2 unexcused absences. You walk off the reservation, I'll drop you. An excused absence is one in which the instructor and the student have prearranged the absence and makeup work is completed. Points will be deducted from daily attendance according for absences. You are expected to be in class and on time. Each tardy is 1/3 of an unexcused absence. I expect you in that room at 1600 hours. Communication. You are to use your Lone Star email only. I don't care about that D2L email. They claim that it's seamless, but it's not. D2L is a contracted shell that we bought. Your safest thing is to use your Lone Star email, not billybob@gmail.com. All right. Electronic devices. The mandatory lab has the electronic equipment needed for the lab section of the course. All cell phones or personal devices must be turned off or silent during the class. No text messaging or cell phone use is allowed during the class except for course purposes. You will receive 1 warning. Then you'll be removed from the course. Now, if you need to take a call because the Japanese stock exchange is fixing to close and you're going to lose money, you step outside of class, take care of your business outside. And we'll talk more about that Wednesday. Okay? This is not elementary school. It's not high school. It's college. You act like an adult employee, you'll get treated like an adult employee. You act like a child, I'll treat you like a child. You're not going to like it. Assignments. Required assignments, exams, and videos are delineated in the syllabus. Additional assignments might be given according to the discretion of the instructor. That's right. I may give you an additional project to do. Or we may back up and change your project if you're not doing well or you bit too much off. My goal is to get you to do a good project in your particular discipline, in your particular interest in your discipline, so you can be successful. Get done with this course and move on with your career. All right. I'm going to be posting videos and instructional guidelines for problem solving. I may or may not post additional. If I do, you'll know about it. D2L will notify you, and so will I. It's your responsibility to check your email in D2L twice daily at a minimum. You are to check your email in D2L at least 2 times a day and respond to any email request I send within 24 hours. Failure to submit. This is important. Failure to submit any 2 assignments including but not limited to papers, exams, or project deadlines, will result in you being dropped from the course. If you know before the due date, and or have an emergency, you need to contact me before the due date and we will try to work something out. So if your midterm project review is due in 2 weeks and the sky fell in on you, I need to know about it immediately. We'll try to work something out. All right? Just like if you're tied up with your day work and you're going to be late to class, you send me an email telling me what your issue is. All right. 7 Covey reflective papers. There's a video on this. Each 2 full page, typed, single space, word process, reflective paper, 12-point font max. 1 paper per habit is due in PDF to me no later than Sunday, my 23:59 hours. That's 11:59 p.m. for you civilians of the due week as per the tentative instruction outline. Your file will be titled last name, first initial, underscore, habit X. The X is 1, 2, 3, all the way to 7, depending on the habit. This reflective paper is your personal reflection of how each habit strikes you, how it affects you. Everyone's paper is going to be different. And yes, I can tell if you did it with AI. There will be a video on this assignment. Actually, there's 2 of them. You may do these habits early if you wish. Each habit paper, if completed as per the instructions, are worth 86 points each. Failure to submit a complete 2-page paper and you will receive 0 points per paper. I'm not going to give you partial credit for the papers. It's either 2 pages or it's not. I can tell if you used AI to generate the paper. If you do use AI and submit it, you'll get a 0 and will be subject to academic discipline according to Lone Star College's academic integrity policy. Watch the video. Actually, watch both videos. No, this is not an English course, and no, I will not grade them as an English paper. They're your reflective papers and thoughts. I will not accept late work. Signed work is due. Email to me at my Lone Star email address. Here it is again. By 23:59 hours on the Sunday of the week it was posted due per syllabus. Now, I'm on the AI committee for Lone Star College. That AI video for Covey goes through the dark side of AI. All right. Now, final project and documentation requirements. For you people in the architectural pathway, all your drawings are to be fully dimensioned and the portfolio will be in a PDF. Don't send me a bunch of indiscriminate AutoCAD files. AutoCAD allows you to put them all in a single PDF. I don't want it on PowerPoint. I want it in a PDF so I can blow it up. You will do a site plan, a floor plan, foundation plan with foundation details. Our Wednesday meetings will help you understand what foundation plans and details are. That's why we have a weekly meeting. I expect to see progress weekly on your project. If not, you're going to get points taken off for your attendance. Your attendance is also your participation. My goal is to guide you as your architect or engineer through a good little project. Now, I'm not asking you to recreate the original World Trade Towers. Okay? We are going to pick something simple that can be done in 7 weeks and 2 days. I want a framing plan and details, electrical plan, complete elevations, and written documentation of your design concepts, materials, and functionality. Now, we'll talk more about this on our Wednesday face-to-face meeting and some of the options that we can do with your final project. All right. The mechanical students, all your drawings are to be fully dimensioned, and the portfolio will be in PDF, just like the architects. I want complete plans from all sides of all the components. I want an ortho 3D. I want assembly drawings. The mechanical project must have at least 4 separate parts. I thought I changed that to 3. Well, we'll talk more about that Wednesday. You will have at least 3 to 4 separate parts. How's that? Well, right now it'll have at least 4 separate parts. All right. Well, it depends on the project. We'll discuss that. Again, I have the flexibility here. But it ain't going to have less than 3, I can guarantee you that. Written documentation of your design concepts and materials and functionality. All right. Okay. Again, depending on the project, there's some flexibility in all of this. Okay. If you're going to do a 3-story house up here in the architect land, I think you're biting off too much. I'd stay 1 story or something simple, like a 1-story little restaurant or bodega or something or whatever. Or if you're going to do you're going to convert an intermodal container to living space. I mean, we'll talk more about that Wednesday. All right, I've wasted enough of your time. All right, the written documentation of design concepts and materials and functionality. Instructional videos are all on YouTube with the links that will be in the YouTube file for this course on D2L. Now, that video file also contains stuff that pertains to machine shop mathematics. I'm not going to remake those videos. The information in those videos also pertain to this course and to the mechanical designers and to the architects for degree of precision, etc., etc., etc. So anything that's in the video file for this course pertains to this course, irrespective of whether it mentions machining 1343 or whatever. All right, syllabus disclaimer. It's the instructor's right to modify the class schedule, the grading scale, and any other aspect of this course when necessary, and cover course topics as he or she feels necessary to meet the learning outcomes. Therefore, this syllabus is subject to change. It is your responsibility to adapt to the change. You will adapt, you will overcome, and you will persevere. Hoorah, Semper Fi. What does it take to be successful? Your employer will tell you to be a performing and moral ethical machinist / employee, ethical drafter, designer, whatever. I don't care if you're working at Walmart right now and you're supposed to mop the floor. You need to be the best floor mopper they've ever had. Not just for Walmart, it's for your internal growth. You need to embrace the concept of Kaizen. That's the Japanese philosophy of continuous improvement. All right. Your employer will tell you to possess both the hard skills and the soft skills. Soft skills is how to deal with human beings. Hard skills is your regular skill sets. Whether you can cut mechanical threads, whether you can design a compressor system, whether you can design the latest Taj Mahal as an architect. You will be hired on your aptitude, that's your performance skills, and you're going to get fired because of your attitude, your lack of integrity, ethics, and morals. Your instructor, director, and employer will tell you to develop and embrace the following distinctions. You need to be motivated. If you don't want to do this work, drop this class and go find something that just lights your fire, because you're going to be miserable. Or if this is your last course, complete it, graduate, and then go find something else to do. You wouldn't be the first person that ever graduated with a degree. I know a lot of engineers that when they graduated from engineering school with me at A&M, they never became an engineer. They went and got an MBA and then went to work at a bank. I know one mechanical engineer that became an actuary. He used his math skills and his logical thinking to do something else because engineering really wasn't his bailiwick. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, how many careers have I had? Military thing, engineering, police, had my own forensic engineering company, my commercial photography business, and now I'm at Lone Star College since 2012. If you'd have told me in 2010 that I'd be doing this, I'd have said you needed to go get some psychological help. But opportunity opens up doors, and you drag your passion with you. Embrace the opportunity and drag your passion. I got one machining student that took my advice and also went through the mechanical design AAS. He's not a machinist. He now runs his own patent drafting service out of his house because he met a man that was going to retire from his patent business and tutored this person for 2 years and then turned the entire business and all his client base over to him. He loved machining, but he also liked this. This was a major opportunity. And I told him, I said, you embrace this opportunity and drag your passion with you. You're going to make more money doing this patent drafting thing for all these attorneys. And you can have your own machine shop in your garage. And go out there and play. Okay. So motivation, the ability to work with others, the ability to focus on tasks, self-regulation, self-esteem. You got to feel good about yourself. Now, I'm not talking about egotistical stuff. But have faith in yourself that you can do this. You can rewrite your future. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what you were. I care about what you want to be. And you should too. The ability to defer gratification. That means maybe you can't afford a brand new pickup truck. All you can afford right now is a used one. We'll get a good used truck and be happy with it. It's better than walking. And then someday when you can afford a new one, you can go buy a new one. This is also referred to as emotional capital. Now, we all understand these values demand that we hold these conversations with acceptance, respect, humility, love in a professional manner. And I don't mean all gushy-wushy love stuff. I'm talking about honoring the light in your fellow human being. I don't particularly like my fellow humans, but I gotta love them. I got members of my family I don't like, but I gotta love them because they're family. Your instructor and director will tell you most of all you need desire, which goes right back up here to motivation. And we're in Texas, so I'm going to use the word ganas, the fire in the belly, instead of desire, because we're in Tejas. Now, I'm here to help you with this. We're here to help you with this. But if you don't have the desire for this, you need to figure out what you need to do. Now, I'm not saying just quit. If you're close to graduating, go ahead and graduate, and then look for something you can do that does light your fire. Who knows, some of these skill sets you've learned up to now, you can drag with you into your next opportunity. We don't know. All right. So let's look at what the grade determination is going to be like. You got 7 Covey papers. They're 86 points each. That's 602 points. That's 49.9168053% of your grade. Your attendance, your mandatory Wednesday attendance, 8 meeting dates, 25 points each. That's 200 points. That's 16.389351%. Your course project midpoint review is due on this date, and it's worth 200 points. And that's 16.6389351%. And your course final project review is due on the very last day of this class. That's a Wednesday, and that's due, and that's worth 200 points. And that's another 16.6389351%. Total is 1,202 points. Now, at some point in time, you're going to be given a message from iStar, and I should be given a message from iStar saying your students have been notified they can do the course evaluation. If you do the course evaluation, and if you send me the screenshot that you did it, and the screenshot will look like Mary Sue or Billy Bob has completed the course evaluation for drafting 1391, I will give you 10 extra points. 10 extra points. Okay? Now, I read all the evaluations, not just for the classes that I teach, but for all the classes that I'm over, all the courses that I'm over. Your course evaluation will not affect your grade. We don't get to look at it until long after the grades are in. So there's no retribution. You can say that I am the worthless human being that ever drew a breath on this planet if you want that evaluation. I do not care. But tell me in the evaluation why you think I'm the worthless human being that ever drew a breath. Who knows? You may be right. We have made changes to various courses throughout the stuff that I'm over based on the evaluations and what the students have said. We've tweaked them, made them better. It helps us. We hold these very, very important. And no, you will not be punished for what you say. There's no retribution. Now, final examinations is for other courses. It's not for this one. You know when your projects are due. This is a milestone date. The midpoint project and the course final project. Those are milestone dates. You miss those, you're going to be SOL. And an argument can be made that you have a weekly milestone. I better see some progress from week to week every Wednesday night, because I will be walking around reviewing your projects and the process you made. And we will discuss problems you're having with it and what we can do about your problem. Most of the architects are going to have a problem with the foundation plans and details, depending on who you had for structural detailing and how much you paid attention in CNBT 1311 and who taught 1311. If I taught it, you got immersed in structural stuff. All right, let's move on. Letter grade assignment, we all know is a standard Lone Star College letter grade. An A is this percentage range, B, C, D, and F. It's all here, okay? All right, we've already talked about evaluation of instruction, and yes, we do take this seriously. And that's why I give you 10 free points if you do it. You'd be surprised how many students just don't do it. Tentative instruction outline. This is our outline. Class begins officially, I think D2L says it's like Sunday, this coming Sunday, the 12th at 11 p.m. or something like that. But by midnight on the 13th, D2L should be opened up for you. The syllabus and the links for the videos I'm going to email everybody who's officially on my roster at by Sunday. That gives you a heads up. I expect you to watch them and go through them before Wednesday, because we got more important things to discuss on Wednesday, like your projects. All right. Official day of record means nothing to you, but it does to me. It's ODR. If you haven't showed up by that date, or you're not logging into D2L by that date and you're not showing up in class, you will be dropped from this course and I will not reinstitute you. Midpoint day of record means nothing to you, but it does to me. Withdrawal date is this is the last day to drop this course. It's February the 18th. Again, before you drop this course, you get with me. You may not be doing as bad as you think you are. And if you are lacking in some of these skill sets, we will look at what you can do and see if you cannot then take where you are and move you to where you need to be. So just don't freely drop this course on your own. Get with me and let's discuss it. All right. We do have one holiday during the 8-week one. It's MLK. If you don't know what that means, that's Martin Luther King. That is a Monday. It will not affect our meeting dates. It does for the Monday classes that meet, because it shortens them one class. All right. Habit 1 is due on this date. Follow the videos. Habit 2 is on this date. Habit 3 is on that date. Midpoint review is there. Is that consistent with up here? Yep, it is. Okay. Habit 4, 5, 6, and 7 are due here. These are the dates. And the final project is due here. Okay? All right. On that Wednesday. And you must be ready for review by 1800 hours. So that last period, we are going to review our projects, all of us. And prove to the class and me that your project's worthy to get the credit. Shouldn't be a problem by then. Because right here at the midpoint is the oh no date. Uh-oh, we got problems, Houston. And we're going to fix it. We're going to fix these problems. We're going to back up. But if you show up every Wednesday, we will know if you're headed for a problem here. And we will know if you show up every Wednesday and we review what you're doing. Boom, boom, boom. By the time you get here, there should be not a problem. Everybody in this class should make an A. Now, I'm not asking you to design a SpaceX rocket. If you want to, go ahead. The biggest problem we got with students who get a lot of freedom in these courses, they pick too big of a project to do. And then we have some students that go, well, I just want to do a trash can. So I just design a trash can. No. All right. We'll talk more about this on Wednesday. All right, course calendar. For this course, since it's project-based, and this is pretty much the calendar which reflects the due dates, right? You're preparing for your final project. Every one of these weeks you're preparing for your final project. All right? There's a spring semester catalog. The dates, the calendar, I'm sorry. All right, this is all boilerplate. This is a standard syllabus boilerplate for Lone Star College. I don't even know if I'm going to bother with going through all of this. We're at 43 minutes already. No, we're not going to do that. You can read this on your own. Refund, student handbook, course communication will be through your Lone Star email, not D2L. I don't care what them D2L goddesses say. College grade book, there will be a grade book on D2L. The walkthrough D2L video, I'll show you what that looks like. Again, course withdrawal process and the 6 drop rule. You're only allowed to drop 6 courses in your college career. Now, I don't know who polices this, but somebody does. Again, do not drop this course on your own. Get with me first. I've had some students in the past and other courses that I teach think they need to drop. By the time we get through talking, they pull their fat out of the fire and end up passing the course with a good grade and moved on. All right, Academic appeals, there shouldn't be a problem because you're not going to have a problem in this class. There's not going to be an end of course gotcha where you have to go to appeal it because some Nazi instructor pulled a surprise ringer on me at the last day. No, that's not going to happen in this course. Everything's transparent up front. Okay? But if you have issues with your other classes, this is the process to appeal your grade. Academic integrity, this is about cheating. It's also about AI. I think we've talked enough of that. If you launch off into cheating or academic integrity, or you refuse to behave with AI, there's a proper way to use AI and there's not. We will discuss that later. A lot of architecture firms, marketing firms use AI, but they don't approach it like a HAL 9000, where they open the pod bay doors and that's the end of it. No. They'll go analyze it, deconstruct it, blow it up, take little bits and pieces out of it, and go, that's a good idea, that ain't going to work. Here's another little good idea, and explore those two little good pieces. Okay? You can watch that video on Covey about AI. It pretty much covers everything. And again, I am on the AI committee, so it's not like I'm some bumpkin that doesn't know anything about AI. I can tell if your stuff was done by AI. And we're going to explore AI with design concepts if we have time. Architecture firms do it all the time. Student behavior expectations. Since we do have a face-to-face meeting, I expect you to behave like an adult, and I will treat you like an adult. Now, if you behave like a 2-year-old, well, I've raised 7 kids, so this is not my first rodeo, and I've got a bunch of grandkids. And all my grandkids call me Grumps for a reason. They know me well. I'll treat you the same. You treat me like an adult and your fellow students like an adult, you're going to get treated like an adult. Bottom line is, treat your fellow human being like you want to be treated. Now, if you're a sociopath and you want to act like a sociopath, then expect to get treated like a sociopath. If you run with coyotes, don't complain that you get shot at because you're a coyote. Student complaints. This is the link for the student complaints. If you got a complaint about something, click on this link, fill it out. The last time I remember, this goes straight to the college president, then it gets trickled back down. You should not have a complaint in this class because we're going to deal with our problems like adults, like employees and employers and that kind of stuff. Campus safety and security. This is about being safe on campus. There's a section in here about concealed carry. We still got the COVID-19 scamdemic stuff in here. Guidelines for children and students on college premises. This is in here because of me. Years ago, I had a student in machine shop math when we were doing it face-to-face at night. His wife was an ER nurse. She had her schedule changed. I think he had a 2 or 3 year old little girl and didn't have child care, so he was going to have to drop the class. And I said, just bring the kid to class. She's not in a machine shop lab or the welding lab. She's just in a regular classroom. So bring her to class. He brought her to class. She was better behaved than some of the adult students. I gave her a little math problem. She thought she was the queen of the campus. Anyway, somebody got their knickers in a knot over this, so they put that in there. FERPA is the Federal Education Rights and Privacy Act. I don't care if your boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, daddy, whatever is paying for your schooling. They got no right to know your business. Unless, of course, you sign a FERPA form. The darker side of midnight for FERPA says I don't even have to talk to them even if they have a FERPA form. And most likely I won't. Now, I have talked with mommy and daddy and the student as long as the student was there and the student gave me permission to talk to them. But rarely will I ever talk to anybody, even if they have a FERPA form. This is college. It's not high school. Student absence on religious holidays. I think we've covered any religious holiday, but if there is something we have missed that you've got to go do some kind of religious thingamajigger, that you're going to miss something, you have 12 days from the start of this class to let me know what it is, and we'll work it out. Equal opportunity statement. This is the ISM statement. Everybody knows what an ISM is. Ism, sexism, racism, genderism, I hate you-ism, I don't like you-ism. An ism's an excuse for one human being to hate on another one for no other reason than just to fill a dark hole they got inside them. And nothing makes me want to paint my face and go to war than another human being preying on another one. And you're not going to be ismed in this class. You will not be ismed in this course. I can guarantee you that. I won't put up with it. The college won't put up with it. But if you think you're being ismed in any other course, I don't care if it's workforce or it's academic transfer, I want to know about it. I'm on countless committees with this college system. I've been here a long time. I know a lot of people. If you're being ismed, I want to know about it, and we will put an end to it. We will not put up with it. And if you're isming somebody, stop it. All right, enough of that. We're committed to your success. We have academic success centers and free tutoring. Now, you're not going to need tutoring in this class. If you need tutoring about something, you get with me and I'll find somebody who actually knows how to tutor you and help you. That tutoring center is not going to be able to help you with this course. I guarantee it. I've had to go down there and teach the tutors how to tutor machine shop math. My machine shop math students, they just come to me. Well, they really don't have to. If they follow my videos, they follow the bouncing ball, they make A's. All right. We have open success centers. You can read all the rest of this. Americans with Disabilities Act, assistive technology, counseling services. My God, we got counseling services for everything. So if something happens in the middle of your academic travels with Lone Star College and you need to be counseled, your dog ran off with a neighbor's cat or your hamster ran off with the neighbor's cat and you just can't handle it. I know I'm being silly, but seriously, there's no shame in going to counseling. When I retired from the police department, I went and saw Madam Freud for about 3 or 4 weeks to clear up some stuff. I was having issues with PTSDs and stuff, and we talked through it. There's nothing wrong with it. Doesn't mean you're weak. It just means you need to talk to a neutral person. You need to go to a neutral dojo and talk through the stuff. All right. But we got counseling service. Nobody knows your business. All you got to do is hit these links and set up an appointment with them. Now, if you go tell them you're making a nuclear bomb and you're going to blow Houston up, you know, some parts of Houston probably could deserve the reconstruction. But anyway, I'm being silly. If you tell them you're going to do something really evil, well, yeah, they're obligated to call the police. All right. All right. The library. Our library is a county library. It has full interlibrary loan. You can pick books up. You get with them research librarians. They're very passionate about what they're doing. Now, you're probably not going to need research in this course. If you do need research for a project or how to do something, we're going to address that research specific in class on our Wednesday nights. But in your other classes, if you have to do some kind of extensive research, those research librarians over there are very passionate and they're very good. I know them. I've been on some committees with them, and they want to see you succeed. So do we. All right, Office of Technology Services, virtual learning. And again, there's the syllabus disclaimer, and we are student focused. Here's our cultural beliefs. And if you think we're not living up to these cultural beliefs, talk to me. Let me know why you think so. And I was on the Cultural Beliefs Committee a long time ago, and when we did all of this, okay? Again, if you're having learning disabilities, up here with assistive technology, and I don't have any letters or emails from the people that any of y'all in this class need extra accommodations. There's nothing wrong with that. When I was a sophomore at A&M years and years ago, my English literature teacher, she said I could think like a PhD and talk like a PhD, but I couldn't write worth spit. I couldn't put it on paper. Now I was out of the service, and who knows, maybe I got hit on the head one too many times. So she suggested that I go to, I call it Reading and Writing for Dummies. It was some kind of special reading and writing lab that they had set up. It was free. So I went there for about 6 weeks. I think I went there twice a week. Spent a couple hours twice a week. And within about 6 weeks, I got my business straight. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs help. So if you need help, get with us. We want you to be successful. I want you to make an A in this class. I do. I want you to master your skill sets. Come up with a good project. You put that in your portfolio and then take it to a future employer and say, look what I did. And they go, oh my goodness, we need to hire you. All right, that's it for this video. This has probably run on. Oh my goodness, 55 minutes and 56 minutes. I've prattled on. All right, that's enough for now. All right, there'll be another video on Covey and on precision measuring and dimensioning and stuff like that.